Alright, so I need to find the dragon tail, which is up the ramp in the town square. I'm guessing where I hear this music, maybe? Oh, that's a snake charmer. Tip him. Sure, I'll give him a tip.
Thank you, my boy. My name is Avik. How can I help you?
I like how I just like drew the tip money on the snake's head.
I'm looking for my sister Azara. Do you know her?
The name sounds familiar, son, but I'm afraid I can't help you. Not many young people have an ear for the snake songs anymore.
How has Stros Mackay fared under Imperial rule?
Things have gone to pot, and I don't care who knows it. Murder in the streets? Where will it end? Tell me that. Where will it end?
You play very well.
Thank you, my son. No one visits me since those Imperial devils murdered that Yokuden lad. That's right, Imperial devils, and I don't care who knows it.
Imperial troops have murdered people in Stros Mackay?
Ah, when they came ashore, it was fire and sword in the old quarter. At least, then they could pretend they were fighting the Crown diehard. But killing that innocent Yokuden boy, if I was 20 years younger, I'd make someone pay.
Is the old quarter completely destroyed?
Might as well be. It was sealed off while the Imperial searched every house for Crown loyalists. Nothing but a ghost town now.
Thanks, Avik.
Alright, now where is this place? Is that it right there? No, silversmith. There it is.
What will it be, traveler?
Barkeep, well met. I'm Cyrus.
I know. I had Tobias made out a fool to believe you'd come.
Why?
I'm the one that smuggled his letter out for him. The Empire's been watching all shipments from this port. I figured our chances were slim.
Many thanks, then.
Welcome to the Dragon Tail, by the way, thesis-bound subsistence of mine, where there is good ear and ale co-equal. What can I do for you?
A drink might be nice. I'll use your ears later, maybe.
Ever ready to listen, soft-skin? Let adventure thine be mine. I'll share what thoughts I can.
What's that background noise? You hear that? I think the audio is bugging out. Let me see if I hit escape and go back. Oh, okay, that fixed it. I didn't think that would work, but it did. Alright, where's my sister?
What can you tell me about Azara?
She frequented this establishment much before the battle in Hunting Bay. Less after, of course.
Of course.
She was a fervent one, your nestling, who hated the Empire not in hushed tones. After the occupation, she disappeared for a while.
She disappeared 3 months ago.
No, I'm talking about before that, right after the battle. Many crowns made themselves scarce then. Azara was one of them. I didn't see her for several weeks following. Later she showed up, needing a drink and rambling, intent on some decision.
What then?
The Imperials came, and I let her out through the window. I haven't seen her since.
The occupation, it seems, is taking long to consolidate, with the League about and the Imperial still hunting for wayward crowns.
Hammerfell's the defiant line of the human race still. They say some still fight the Empire on the mainland.
Is thus the Empire delayed in further expansion?
The whole wild world, the elf kingdoms and the beastlands, waits to see what finally happens here in the last land of men. A word of advice: beware the dragon tribe of the Emperor. The warrior king Tobias does not tolerate rebellion. And Governor Rickton has promised summary execution to any who take arms to oppose his rule.
Wouldn't dream of it, unless he's responsible for my sister's disappearance.
Even if he were responsible, perhaps it would be wise to proceed cautiously.
Cautiously, eh? If only I knew how to do that. How have the denizens of Black Marsh resisted the Empire so long?
1,000 miles of swamp, bog, and stink aren't attractive to most humans. And terror of the Kanatan flu still holds most at bay. But our days of testing will come.
Hey, Drakius, I got this delivery job that'll get me into the palace for sure.
What are you going to deliver?
Some amulet meant for the governor.
Do you have it yet?
Not yet, I've got to get it at the Necromancer's Isle.
Don't forget to bring some gold to pay the boatman, Cyrus. And be careful.
Thanks, Drakius, I will. I'd better keep moving. Can we talk later?
Anytime, anytime.
Cyrus! You made it! Come here, lad. Oh, you look good. It's been too long.
If you hadn't retired...
Mercenary life's younger men's work.
Bah, he said.
I prayed that you would get my letter.
It is lucky you were here, Tobias, or I wouldn't have known Azara was in trouble. I have not been in Hammerfell since the,
I know, lad, what you mean.
Anyway, Stros Mackay has no one who could have reached me. Thank you.
I sent the letter some weeks ago, Cyrus. I fear things have gotten worse for your sister since.
How did you know where to reach me, Tobias? Our paths parted so long ago.
I didn't send it to you directly. I knew that damn cat was probably still getting you into trouble, even to this day. Srathra seemed the likely solution, and through the channels I'd heard, he'd made Wayrest his port of late.
Now, he's moved from the throne seekers of the old empire to the lesser lords of High Rock, still playing them to his benefit, raking in the gold on all fronts.
I thought that Septim had solidified the Britons.
As much as the Witchmen will. But there is still a lot of money to be made in the drawing of borders before the provincial laws dry completely. Mercenaries are in great demand right now, as are fixers like our cat friend.
Does he still stink so?
To hear.
I think I will go see him when I leave. It's been too long.
How do you mean worse? What more do you know about Azara?
Nothing more than my letter is described. that she is gone and no one knows where. Just a bad feeling that's grown worse with the wait. The governor has not been merciful with the crowns that survived the battle. I hear his dragon's belly is full of the overloud, and that many died later in the burning of the old quarter.
What happened to the old quarter?
The crowns fled ashore there after the battle. It was their last stand. The governor sent his dragon, and it was done.
Was Azara there?
That section of town is closed off. No one I've talked to knows if she was there or not.
Where's the dragon now?
It's disappeared too. Some say it has returned to the Imperial province. Others say the governor keeps it well paid and fed in the catacombs below the palace.
Is there another way into the catacombs?
There is the traditional way.
Imagine that I laughed. A secret entrance, maybe?
Maybe. I don't know.
Who in this town knew of Azara?
I did not question many for fear of ill allegiance. So I went to the temple to ask of her. For the brothers of RK are neutral in mortal affairs. There, Brother Niddle told me that Azara had vanished, and set me on the road of righting you. Also, Dreekius here knew that she was missing too.
So the priests are still safe from being conquered?
Be that as it may, the temple is quite empty of priests, save for Brother Niddle. It seems some of their ranks have disappeared also.
I'm noticing a theme. Where did you hear that?
Niddle told me Brother Cathral vanished around the same time as your sister, and that they knew each other.
So I can count Brother Niddle as an ally then?
On my word, he was most helpful, but he seemed to be holding something back.
I wouldn't consider paranoia a bad character trait in Stros Mackay these days. Besides, you're so ugly.
That was it. He may open up to you more, being Azara's brother and half as hard to look at.
Tell me about the temple.
The head priest, a Brother Niddle, was very helpful in regards to Azara. He seemed to know her well, and shared my concern over her disappearance. He is worth an interview.
I think I saw it across the plaza. What is the Restless League, Captain?
Where did you hear that name?
They attacked the ship that gave me passage.
Speak of it but in a whisper, and not too often. The governor is searching the surrounding waters for them, and will see them broken and piked if he has his way. The League has survived the death of the Crown Prince and resists his enemies still. But they are few, and going fewer from what I hear, and have been reduced to brigandry these days. Not far from the lives we led not too long ago, eh?
You are leaving, Captain? When? And wherefore?
At sunset, if all goes well, and as for where, whither I will. Stros Mackay is not for me.
But I thought you might help me.
The Imperials have been asking about yours truly around the docks lately. I fear my inquiries into Azara's disappearance have interested them in all the wrong ways. I will help you as I can through the course of this day, but after that I must be done with it. I'm too old for an Imperial prison.
It won't come to that.
You haven't been here long enough. My ship is ready to leave at sundown, but don't worry. I'll be here until then to help you along if you need it. A lot can transpire in a day. We will see each other again.
Since when were you a merchant, Tobias?
The fight left me after our little foray into Morrowind. It's been sweet commerce ever since.
I've not returned to Morrowind since then.
Who'd want to? All that ash and fire. Those dark elves can keep their curse.
Don't forget the bugs.
Which reminds me, Governor Richten has a little sting of his own from those parts. His lieutenant is a dark elf. Watch out for that one. Always close by the governor, hiding in his shadow.
Which means he's got plenty of room to maneuver.
I'd welcome another chance at the Dark Elves. I've still got scars.
Watch yourself.
I see the harbor is already arrayed in the flags of the Emperor, and that his men walk the streets as if born to them.
Stros is a dangerous port these days. There's an empire to be built, you know, and Tiber Septim shows no sign of slowing its increase from here to the edge of the world map. Hierarch's border kings bent knee to the Cyrodiil long ago. Even my father's fair Skyrim is adorned with flags of red dragons and foreign men. We are entering a new era, I fear, with Septim's name written long and wide upon it.
Any kind words for our new Emperor?
He is good at what he does, and sees the holes lesser men leave wide. No offense to your Prince Ator, of course.
Hammerfell's problems are her own. I was only asking if Septim was the tyrant they say.
Of course he is. Tyranny means never having to say you're sorry. But Azara's fate has nothing to do with the Emperor, I'm sure. Look to the Provisional Governor if you suspect Imperial entanglements. He's the real tyrant around here. Septim's no Cyrodiil from what I've heard, though he rules their remnants and rebuilds their empire. He's something worse, or greater, depending on your disposition to the center, son.
If he has no blood tie to the Cyrodiil throne, then how did he make it his?
Come on! For the last 400 years, the petty kings of Cyrodiil have been squabbling over the title of Emperor, all claiming forbearance. Imperial throne's blood's thinner than a sea dream and half as wet. Tiber Septim took the throne as he took your people's.
Hail the new conqueror.
There's a good little subject.
You used to hire out to those petty kings, did you not?
20 years ago, maybe, when the whole heart of Tamriel was in chaos. I could admire Tiber Septim insofar that he has managed to consolidate the rags and tatters that bickered there then.
No empire is a good thing, Captain.
There's a Redguard for you.
So the Nord kings have submitted to Tiber Septim too.
They do not worry over much. They have outlasted empires before, and this conquest will be no different. Hammerfell has been the bloodiest invasion of current record, and by comparison, Skyrim's occupation seemed like a ballet.
I'll be back. If you're not here, thanks for everything, and good luck.
Just find your sister and get out of here, and send word through Strathra. Go on, you'll do fine.
Cyrus, can I help you?
Jeez, I talked to that guy for like a half hour. Alright, see, it's upstairs. Actually, let me talk to these guys first.
Excuse me.
Hey, Vagu! A crown come out of hiding.
That's so, hey Crown. Be good and bring us another round, eh?
I hear you crowns think you're real brave dagger lads. Want to test yourself against a real swordsman?
I'm sick of chit-chat, little Crown boy. Pull that blade out if you know how, or leave me alone.
Do I want to fight a bunch of drunken fools? If the combat was good, I would, but no.
Sorry to trouble you.
Doesn't seem like there's anything up here. Okay. Whoa, what was that? This weird speed up. Look at this guy.
Name's Cyrus. You okay?
No, I'm Crandall.
You seen a woman named Azara around?
Sure I have. Not that I remember names, though. Oh, but they remember mine. Them broads love Crandall. Have my way with them all, you know.
I've had enough.
Good.
It's just some drunken guy. It's Mage's Guild. What's this? Cartographer. Actually, I do need a map, so I'm pushing M and the map doesn't open. So I guess I have no map.
Yes?
Good day. I'm Cyrus.
Aren't too many youngsters around these days, especially not as well-spoken as you. I'm Maiko, the local cartographer. Can I help you?
Do you have any maps for sale?
Sorry, I don't sell retail, contract work only, but perhaps I can make a map for you?
I could use a map of the island.
I used to make those, but I can't compete with the big Hammerfell cartography houses. Hire beggars and street urchins to copy off a master map. You've probably seen their cheap city maps around. Nothing like a good hand-drawn map. But people don't seem to care about craftsmanship anymore.
No, I haven't seen any maps.
What are people talking about around town these days?
Damning the governor's eyes, mainly. I try not to get involved in all those troubles. I've seen more than enough suffering in my life.
Well met, stranger.
What's with her voice? She reminds me of
Met, stranger.
like a voice from Battlespire.
Hello, little manling. My name is Rashal. A bad manling took the voyage guide without permission. That's bad. That's stealing. But you're a nice manling because you will bring me the voyage guide.
Excuse me, miss, can I have a word?
Yes, my name's Mariah. What can I do for you?
Oh, there we go. No options were popping up for a second.
Do you know of a woman named Azara?
Used to see her around, but that was a while ago. Last time I saw her, she was headed toward the cartographers. Never saw her again, and that was 3 months ago, if it were a day.
I just talked to the cartographer.
The cartographers. I wonder what she would want there.
Hopefully she was just seeing Michael, the map maker, and not the boys in the smuggler's den below.
The smugglers den
What do
below.
you know about the smuggler's den?
Below the cartographers. I've seen all sorts coming in and out of there. Even so-called league members from time to time. I hope Azara didn't end up there.
Huh.
Thanks, Mariah.
I guess I'll check it out. Alright, smugglers den below. How do I get below?